Hello, and welcome to this cafe. I am Drag, and I guess I will be your host. As anybody who has been following me on social media may know, I have been enraptured with this game called Pokemon Cafe Mix. Well, they recently came out with a brand new update that completely overhauled the game called Pokemon Cafe Remix. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, what they hoped to do was bring back some new life to the game. It was pretty neglected, and with these changes, you know, with the good always comes the bad, and I would like to go over them. So let us do that. So right off the bat, the major changes would be the Pokemon themselves. Most of the Pokemon are the same. They've added a couple new ones. They've added Rowlet, they've added Greninja, ew. They've added Charizard, they've added Mew, they've added Sneasel, they've added Oshawott, and those are the ones that I currently have available to me. But, like I said, they added a Greninja, ew, and they added a bunch of others that you can get at later levels. Another change that they did was instead of giving different Pokemon different costumes, they actually made the costumes? So it's still the same Pokemon versus in the older version where you would have a regular Pikachu, you would have a Sweet Pikachu, and then you would have the Grand Chef Pikachu. In that old game, they were classed as two different Pokemon, but now they're all the same Pokemon with different costumes. And one more thing that I've noticed that they've added is the scaling as far as level proficiencies go and Pokemon skills. Pokemon not only have certain skills, but they also have proficiencies, or what I've dubbed them as. In the game calls them special gimmicks. And what that does is that when you enter a new level, a Pokemon with that specific proficiency or skill bonus can get rid of a gimmick just by linking a combo around that gimmick, and that will immediately get rid of it. As well as that, they've changed the level scaling, heart system, and Acorn System. For those who don't know, acorns are the currency that exists in the game. The heart system has been replaced with a stamina-based system. The level scaling has also changed. Back in the old game, Pokemon could reach level 3 via stars. Once you reach 3 stars, that was the cap, and the Pokemon was at max level. Now Pokemon actually have levels, and after you reach a certain level cap, you have to receive cookies by filling out orders. Then once you've received enough cookies, you can go to the next level. The first cap will start at level 5, and then after you receive 3 cookies from serving that Pokemon, you will be able to extend the cap to level 10 and so on, going up by 5 level increments. The new heart-based system is called the stamina system, and for each level that you participate in takes up 1 stamina point, maximum of 5, that recharge in 15-minute increments. The Acorn system, as I mentioned before, is the currency of the game. You receive a max of 80 acorns per level, as opposed to the previous games starting at 50, which could extend based on however many moves you had left. Those are all of the immediate changes that I noticed as far as gameplay goes. But now it's time to get into the good and the bad. You guys came for the petty stuff, so I will get into that. The good. So starting off, what I really appreciate is the new leveling system. It got very boring and very repetitive in the old game once you got to 3 stars, at which point your Pokemon stopped improving because they were at their cap, and they just stopped. If you filled out the star gauge, instead of going up a level, all they would do is you would get a prize. Now, while that is fun in its own right, it kind of takes away of the enjoyment from actually playing the game. Another thing that I really liked is in the leveling itself, Pokemon like Gengar and Galarian Slowpoke actually show up as icons in the levels. These levels were actually made with these Pokemon in mind, and I really appreciate that, because in the previous game they were not. You just kind of got them and then pray that the level that the Pokemon was in worked. In this game, you're also able to preview the levels before you actually participate in them. While this is definitely a welcome change, I have a very strong feeling that they added it for another reason, which was going into the bad section of this video. Next good is the Pokemon themselves. Like I mentioned before, skills and proficiencies. So Pokemon will have certain skills and specialties. In the old game, Pokemon had specialties where basically whatever dish you were making, a Pokemon would have a specialty in that, and the game would encourage you to use that Pokemon. If you use a Pokemon that did not have that specialty, they weren't as motivated, so it was harder to get their skill, which got rid of the gimmicks faster. But in this game, there's not only those specialties, but they also have these, I'm calling them proficiencies, but as far as I'm aware, the game calls them special gimmicks. And you can create a link combo around whatever that gimmick is, and it will immediately get rid of it. This is definitely much more useful. I haven't gotten to the levels where it actually clears out all of them, but I'm getting pretty close, and this is definitely a welcome change, because now Pokemon that were virtually useless like Galarian Slowpoke can actually do some pretty good things with the more offensive, I'll call them, gimmicks such as Popcorn or Minchinos with the dollops of cream. The costumes, as mentioned before, Pokemon can have different skins, I'm gonna call them. In this game they're called outfits, but they're just costumes. And with those different outfits, they're actually granted different proficiencies and skills, which I didn't realize until I was actually doing it. In the previous game, that did exist, but as I also mentioned, they were considered as a completely different Pokemon. So it was Sweet Pikachu versus regular Pikachu. And like the new Pokemon, one of my lesser favorite Pokemon is Rowlet, and it's actually pretty good. It's really good in this game. I really wish that they would add another Pokemon, you guys know the one, but they probably won't because it is not cute enough. One improvement that I really enjoy is the 15-minute recharge time. In the previous game, when you ran out of hearts, you had to wait 30 minutes for each heart to restore, which with a maximum of 5 hearts would mean if you got stuck on a level that you couldn't beat, you would be stuck waiting 2.5 hours just for one more go with all 5 hearts in 30-minute increments. It's a real time sink, and I'm glad that they changed it, but they probably changed it, which is going into the bad side later on. Training sessions. They added these new things called training sessions, which I really appreciate. It helps you increase your Pokemon's level faster, but it takes up stamina, which we'll get into stamina later. So the benefits of training is that you can actually get used to using different Pokemon, as well as get a certain boost depending on the time of day and when that Pokemon is best being trained. Granted, they didn't add the night and day cycle like I really would have wanted, but that doesn't really matter as far as gameplay goes. But I've talked enough about the good. It's time to get into the stuff that I don't like. The stuff, well, you guys know. The stuff that really takes away from the game, at least for me. The biggest offender, in my opinion, is the heart system being converted into the stamina system. So, as previously mentioned, the heart system was basically how many times you could go at a level. How many times you could do before you had to wait. In the previous game, if you succeeded at a level, you would not then have to wait for that heart point to be restored. Heart points would only ever diminish if you lost at a level. In this new game, it's been replaced with the stamina system. The stamina system, basically each stamina point is used up for each level that you use. That's probably the most likely reason why they changed the recharge time from 30 minutes to 15, because now they can effectively get you to either play the game less or potentially shell out more money for a level if you perhaps get stuck on it, or if you're just progressing through the game too fast. I really hate this. And I hate it for so many reasons. The main reason being, it basically disincentivizes people from playing, like people who are good at the game from playing, because, oh, well, I'm not gonna pay any money. Granted, there are the people who carried over from Pokemon Cafe mix, like me, and we got to keep all that stuff that we had from the previous game. So we might have a bit of a leg up as compared to a brand new player, which it makes it even worse because now you only get max 80 acorns per round versus starting at 50 and having it bumped all the way up to potentially 150, or even the other levels where the customers would just pay more because this was a 3-star level. Granted, they do have things like the infinite stamina booster. However, that only lasts for 15 minutes and I can't turn it off. And the thing that I find most irksome about it is that it's 15 minutes with the game's internal clock, meaning that it's 15 minutes. A round will generally take 2 to 5 minutes to complete. It includes all that 15 minutes includes the animations, it includes the noises, it includes however much time it takes for the icons to clear if the game's taking a particularly long time to load. All that is taking up time. 2 to 5 minutes per level. That's about, let's say on the nicer end, maybe 3 levels, maybe. I managed to slip in 4 if I'm fast enough. At the same time, I can't turn it off, which means I am now stuck playing this game and I can't do anything to not make it take up that 15 minutes. And you'd be wondering, well, why not just not activate it? I can't because it's normally received as a gift and you don't have the option to not activate it. It immediately activates. Another thing I really don't like from the previous game, as far as paying acorns went, you would really only ever have to pay acorns if you lost a level. With this new level scaling, it's pretty difficult to actually fail at a level unless it's an in-training level, which is inconsequential, but it's still taking up stamina, which is really annoying. It takes the same, it's 900 acorns to completely restore your 5 stamina points, but stamina is now used up for each level. Do you see where I am going with this? Basically, what I don't like is that this game seems very, very hungry for money. Because, like I said, I had all my acorns carried over. But for somebody starting brand new, they're not gonna have 40,000 acorns because of all the game time that they put into it. They're gonna be starting with 0, and since the max that they can get is 80 per level, it's no longer going to be, oh, I just need to, play the game better, because stamina is a thing. So I'm either waiting 75 minutes per 5 levels, or I'm shelling out some, continuous bucks just to keep playing this game. They do have a stamina value pack that you can pay 4,000 acorns for, but you could only purchase that once a week, a real life week. Or you can pay for this daily stamina pack, which gives you 1,200 acorns with plus 3 stamina for 99 cents. It does this daily for about a month, but it's still, like, do you see where I'm going with this? You can purchase acorns in the game. You can purchase 1,200 for 99 cents. And the most expensive option is 114,000 acorns for $79, and this is a one-time purchase. The problem with this is that acorns are consumables, meaning that they are very quickly consumed, especially since in order to achieve the next level cap of your Pokemon's level, you need to pay acorns. It starts at 200, then it goes to 1,000, and so on and so on. So this game really feels like it's just after your money. Granted, the first game did feel like that, but you could get to a certain point without needing, or without it feeling like the game was constantly saying, oh hey, yeah, so like you can do this, but like you need to pay up. I really don't like the changes as far as this new heart system and stamina based system, and just the need for all these acorns. And on top of that, they added this thing called the Premier Pass, which is basically how you get this super fancy Lucario costume. Now, that's really not a bad thing in and of itself, but the problem with it is that you can only get the Lucario masquerade outfit if you pay for the pass. So you can complete everything, like all of the things, and it won't give you the thing after you've completed the event because you didn't shell out $8, well $9 plus with tax, but like, you know. So it's just, this game in particular seems it's much less bashful about wanting your money. But, I mean, that's how these games sort of work. But, come on, you gotta be a bit more coy with it. Anyway, yeah, so that's Pokemon Cafe Remix as far as I've experienced it. I actually have a harder time recommending this one compared to its predecessor. And that's like really weird for me to say. I would highly recommend Pokemon Cafe Mix, but like I said, since it's no longer available, I would honestly play this one by ear. If you know that you're very quick to pay for things, to like give into microtransactions, I would say pass on this one. But I don't know, if you like puzzle games like Candy Crush and don't mind waiting 75 minutes just to play a game again, go for it. So that's going to be the video. Thank you for watching and listening. Follow me on all my other social medias. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch. And if you want to donate some money, because I need that to keep going, donate to me on Ko-fi. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye!